Hello everybody, welcome to this surprise Sunday evening live stream. Let me get over to the chat so I can see if my sound is coming through okay. Somebody can let me know if you're hearing me okay. We've got Grace Elder and Mr. Brian Staveley. No guys, it's not L-Y, it's L-E-Y. And I'm going to share some really interesting information about who you truly are and some signs that are out there that will, kind of explain this, so it will remove any doubt that you have about who you are. Thank you, Brian. Okay, the other night I was listening to, it's actually, the show's called Unveiling this Realm. It's on Karen B's channel, but it was actually on Dose of Reality that evening. It's every Thursday. And she was talking about her rose quartz crystal. Now, anybody that had been to ECETI knows that I have my own. Let me see if I can zoom this in towards the camera so you guys can see it better. And see, this has got like a patterning. And this piece was a lot larger until, we took it to, I took it to ECETI with me, and we broke it, and approximately, I think, 40 to 45 people got a nice sized chunk, almost pendant size. They could, shape it or smooth it out and wear it as a pendant. And then a bunch of slivers of it that we just spread around all around the campgrounds. It was really, really nice. Well, come to find out, I was already in the process of making a video about crystals as they vibrate, and they put out energy levels, and why people could be attracted to certain things, why certain people can look up into the skies and see the anomalies going on there. The other day I was in my swimming pool. Well, when I went out to go swimming, I saw the lines, the checkerboard formation attempting to do its thing in the sky. Well, I got into the swimming pool and I was doing my thing, and then I sat on one of in the deep end, there's a little bench in there, and I just sat there and I closed my eyes. And I said, I'm not going to breathe that in. That's gone. And then it just, like, with my mind and my heart, just, this is not good for people. And then when I looked up, they started to dissipate, and I had beautiful blue skies and white puffy clouds. Now, I took some images of that and I sent them on to a friend who does sky phenomena. But I do have some that I took after to share with you guys, because there's so much evidence that is identifying who you are, to remove the doubt so you can step up and in to the place of your understanding of what you're able to do, how you live in a symbiotic relation with everything that is around you. Things will attune to whatever you're sending out. People that see Mandela effects, the changes, and some of them, they don't like the changes, so they'll concentrate and it'll change back. Something to think about. How did it change back? Well, could it be because you put your intention, your heart and your mind and your focus on it, that you caused a flip-flop? Things to think about. Okay, I want to share, the first thing I want to share with you guys is some pictures that I took. Oh, you guys see me with my wings? If you become a member, you get wings next to your name. So I thought, it'd be cute to put some wings on. But let me share with you some images that I took of this crystal under different lighting and in different circumstances, so you can look at the details that is in it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And this is a found object. You know, it was just one of the places where my daughter visited, and she picked it up and brought it home. So, you know, you're drawn to it. You'll pick it up, and you know, who knew, you know, that she picked up a 3 pound crystal of rose quartz. So enjoy this. I'm going to go ahead and play this for you. So yeah, rose quartz. What? Oh, I gotta get it above me. And yeah, I want it above. Okay, here we go. Check this out. And this is a night image of the quartz under a little lantern lamp. What I found interesting was Karen's share about it being for the heart chakra. And as you'll see through the images as they go through, that there's actually greens in here, whites, greens, dark pinks, light pinks, whites. It's amazing. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the design. That's how it grew. And she also talked about pattern growing. And see, this is why you see the green, and then it goes into the deep strawberry coloring of the quartz. It's another one that was taken outside during the nighttime under that night lantern. A cigarette in my mouth. Yes, I smoke. I guess I should take my wings off, right? So that was something that I wanted to share with you, because I was in the process of making this this video when she shared that, and I have an article, and in this article it talks about you know, if you are drawn to these type of things, what could be going on within you. We've often talked about that this is a restoration. This is a period of time that we are going back to the ancient ways before the fall, restoring mankind to its rightful place, with us all understanding and understanding what we are able to do, and how wonderful and amazing and unique and divine that each and every single one of us are. So if you're using what your, you know, your divine gifts to oppress or have somebody else hand over your sovereignty to create what they're asking for, that's what we're coming out of. We've been underneath of that dualistic, you've only got two choices, and pretty much in the dark, not understanding who we are. I mean, we're going through this huge awakening process, some of us for decades, some of us as recent as the Mandela effect. But I'm going to tell you that it doesn't matter how long you've been going through the process. It's the matter that you're going through it. I've seen people go through it very, very quickly. I've seen people go through it, you know, like me, a little more slowly. But the more people talking about this, the more people bringing this information out, and just having people critically think and get their heart and their mind knowing that they have the power to manifest what is going on around them. I see this in so many diverse groups. I go to all different kinds of channels, and I can see when they're talking about their testimonies that they're creating the peaceful surroundings that they're walking in. They may not like know it, but if you're not comfortable wearing a mask and you understand that, you know, this could cause a problem to the avatar that we inhabit here, then you're going to freely be able to walk in and out of stores without wearing a mask. Nobody's going to bother you because you're not trying to encroach on other people, and they shouldn't be trying to encroach on your sovereignty. It's just an amazing phenomena to understand and understand. Now, I want to share this article. I went ahead and pre-recorded it, so, and the article link, if you want to read the entire thing, is down in the description box for you. Hi YOLO X, how are you? Okay, let me pull up this article so you guys can check this out. And there it is. And away we go. Speaking on the rose quartz crystal, these stones embody a deep beauty and have a lovely vibration that is excellent to use in meditation. They will balance the energy of the etheric body and the physical and emotional bodies. The vibration of the deeper strawberry rose crystal is quite similar to the lighter colored crystals. Like all types of rose quartz crystal, they have a strong love energy. The major difference is that these deep pink strawberry colored stones embody an even stronger depth of the love energy to help you to love yourself. It is beneficial to do a daily crystal meditation. It is easy to learn to meditate and use easy meditation methods so that you can continue to meditate with one of these stones every day. They will help you to discover new aspects within your personal relationships as you begin to look at life differently. And the strawberry rose quartz crystal, is said to help put romance into ailing relationships. Deeper strawberry quartz crystals are said to have been used in ceremonies in ancient Lemuria and Atlantis, and many who are attracted to these darker rose-colored stones have had past lives in this era. This section of the article that I read, I'm going to put the link so you can read the entire article if you choose. I hope you guys could hear that okay. I've often said, like I said earlier, that this is not new age. This is being restored before we forgot who we are and what we're able to do. I want to share a little bit about what would be considered like witchcraft or something of that nature. To me, when you are talking about somebody, or if you're casting judgments on people, you're speaking it out, and the vibrations that you're putting out is a way of spell casting. The same way that the media and they use propaganda and fear narratives to get people to comply would be people speaking in dark sentences, using condemnation. If you don't believe this way, you're going to go to hell. That is a fear narrative, and that's actually a form of witchcraft, because you're using and believing in your heart and in your mind that you're speaking this over somebody, that this is going to happen to them. So, when something goes wrong with my health, or things like that, I try not to let a lot of people know about that. The reason is because although we're to take things to prayer, a lot of people don't even know how to pray. Because, when you're looking at somebody and they're suffering, I look at them as whole, already healed 100%. I'm not going to direct any energy, thoughts, or any extra towards that individual of any kind of affliction. because I'm adding to it by putting my energy through my heart and my mind and my prayer through the vibration. So when you pray, you should pray that they are whole. They're already 100%. So, I really don't like to tell people if something's going on with me, because I've noticed that it can get worse. So I keep it to myself, and then I'll pray and then meditate and watch the manifestation of the healing take place. Whether I need medical help, it's there for a reason. So I utilize the medical help if I need to. But all in all, the healing comes. So something to think about on that. So, there's just so much to understand that, being attracted to crystals and feeling their vibration, the energy that they send out, could mean that you're a volunteer. Dolores Cannon talked about the 3 waves of volunteers. And the volunteers either have been here and graduated, or, they've made it through this paradigm. But it came to a point where nobody seemed to be able to get out. They didn't get to learn and utilize all of the and understand what's going on within them. So we are our own judge when we get outside this. When we get outside, it looks easy. We're like, I don't know why I didn't get it. I'm going back in, because we do get like a broad range of experience here. We really do. But at the same token, we want to get that experience and remember who you are. So when the waves of volunteers came through, I wouldn't doubt it if some are from the Lemurian and the Atlantean times. We're talking before the fall. We're talking when they knew, their abilities, what they were able to manifest, how they were able to build the Great Pyramids through frequency and vibration and, coming together as a oneness to move a stone without the sweat of their brow, without having to use their physical labor to do it, and they could have used water flow, any amount of the symbiotic relationship that we have to create and get whatever blocks they're trying to move over there, and then use the vibrations to lift them and set them in perfect place. We today do not have the equipment to build such monolithic type structures. Something to think about. And let's go back to the mask thing for a moment. As we know in our hearts that we live in a symbiotic relationship with everything that's around us. Well, if we're covering our mouth, what we exhale, plants inhale. They need it to grow and thrive, and then they put out what we need to inhale for us to be able to live healthy and grow and thrive. So if we're masking ourselves, first of all, we're not communicating 100% with all of our faculties, because body language, your mouth expression, that stuff is all hidden. It almost looks like they're trying to put tape over your mouth. But the plants need that, and we need to be inhaling what the plants and the greenery is putting out around us. The best peace that I ever get, the most peace that I ever get for me is water. I love to, go swimming. And when I'm in water, any kind of a outside frequency doesn't bother me. I get the clearest thoughts from my heart and my mind when I'm in water, which could be the reason why my skies changed so quickly while I was in the swimming pool, that those lines disappeared, just poof, gone. So I go many, many, many months without ever seeing them. And then every once in a while I'll see them, and then we get rid of them. So removing the doubt of who you are by the things that you're doing in your life, your interests are telling you how amazing, how wonderful that you are, and how important it is for us to, capture those thoughts where we're like trying to compete with others. See each other as brothers and sisters. When you start to look around and see, even in somebody who may not be treating you so nice, or that is really not awakened to their divinity and how amazing that they are, you'll still see the divinity in them. You'll understand it. And it makes me wonder about, like secret societies and things like that. How much, do they know already about the divinity that's within each of us? Or why else would they push propaganda or, subliminal messages or anything like that to the populace? It's so we will manifest whatever the reality is that's going to keep them on top. And when actually the truth is, we live in a reality of equality. We have the choice to give our power away and create something that somebody is projecting towards us. Even though you're not conscious of, how wonderful and amazing that you are, just look around you. What you're thinking, what you're paying attention to, are you seeing that actually manifest around you? If so, and it's not something that's equal and balanced for everybody, turn it off and then see what is manifesting around you. Come from the heart, what is good for everybody. So, we're not talking New Age. I don't have a problem with anybody that has faith or any type of religion. That's, your sovereignty. That's your right. You have every right to believe how you want to be. You have the right to the sovereignty and freedom and to explore this wonderful place just as much as the rest of us do. It's when we get carried away and start condemning our brothers and sisters and speaking, like I said, dark sentences over them without cause. A lot of times, if you walked a mile in somebody else's shoes, you would completely change your opinions and your thought and your heart towards that person that you're, condemning because they don't believe exactly the same way you do. Hi, Susie Cassie. Finally caught a live chat. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think, yep. I don't know who's all in here. This is, kind of last minute, small. And I got to build it back up because of my, kind of slowed down a little bit over the past year. But I'm trying to be a little more frequent so you guys know that I'm around. Still growing, still learning, still expanding, and still wanting to share and wanting to hear from everybody else because, we're in this together. And the more of us that actually understand and understand, the God-given abilities, the breath of life that was given to you, dominion over this place, none of that has changed. What has changed is someone or something wanted more for themselves and figured out a way to oppress information from the people. So when that came about, well, then control mechanisms came into place, and it just ended up, kind of going out of control. I think about what happened on September 11th, with that catastrophe. What happened then? It got the world to look at it, to manifest and stand behind them a prevailing war on another sovereign country that more than likely had nothing to do with it, as we have, seen, and things have been revealed over time. Now, You know, they went into countries that they said had nothing to do with it. And I think that's when people started scratching their head saying, wait a minute, wait. Why are we going over there when, you know, you clearly said it was this person in this country? What are we doing? What's going on? Is this to take a spoil? What's going on? But they need us behind it. And the sooner that you understand that they need us behind our energy, our intention, our very creative abilities behind the propaganda that they're putting out in order to manifest it, you will then realize that you have this gift in you, and you will take your sovereignty, you will take your heart, you will take your consciousness, your creative, your critical thinking, and you'll create something beautiful and wonderful. One thing that I have noticed during the process of awakening that we all go through is we get a new heart. And it is a heart that loves everybody. There's no hierarchy. It's just we love everybody. And we only want for them to know who and what they are. And we never want to encroach on their sovereignty. If you're wanting to still experience a 3D, yin-yang type of a reality, we're not going to tell you, no, you can't do that. You're sovereign. You can do that. It's when you start to impose your will onto others and trying to rob others of their sovereignty and right of being. And, that's when we have to draw the line and say, wait a minute, we shouldn't be doing that to each other. It's not right. And hey, Pri, how you doing? So, with that, the more of us, I see this place changing. I see my direct world around me changing. I see, things still happen because, even if you have a child, your child has sovereignty. When we're ready to leave this realm, we're going to leave one way or another, whether it come up as an illness or, accident, or, when we're done here and our work is done, we leave. We move on. We go on to bigger and better things. But that doesn't negate that there's still going to be people that are here doing a job to help the other people, just by walking past them, to come to the understanding and understanding of their divine nature, their right to choose, their abilities that are within them. The last thing I would ever want to do is take away anybody's sovereignty. I don't judge people. I don't have that right. I have not walked a mile in everybody's shoes. Everybody has a different walk, so unique, and your journey is also very unique because what's going on with you is different than what's going on with me. So, moral to this live stream, what I wanted to share was when Karen shared her pink quartz crystal, I was already investigating them because, I have some too. And to find out that to be drawn to those such things is an ancient of times type of thing. It's a vibration that you are drawn to from Atlantis and Lemurian. Those days where they totally understood, what they were able to do, what they were capable of doing. So, interesting school of thought, and makes you wonder and ponder that, what happened back then, what kind of an incursion happened that that they disappeared, and that we ended up in the state that we are now. Something had to have happened. It's in the Bible as the Great Flood, but flood of what? When you see a tsunami in your dreams, that could mean that you're going to feel overwhelmed by something, but you'll get through it, prepare yourself for it. Hi, Grace Elder. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Dusty Blue. Okay, let me share. I'm going to share now with you guys some pictures of the sky in my backyard I took just a few days ago and show you guys how beautiful it is. And this was shortly after seeing the lines in the sky. So it's like, what? No lines in my sky. Get out. Okay, let me find it. Okay, I played you guys the article. So, oh wait, no, I'm gonna move it up. Okay, here we go. Check out these skies. Isn't that beautiful? So when you look at your skies, what do you think about? You know what I see a lot is I see hearts. And lately I've been seeing like what looks like angel feathers, angel wings, angels, just gorgeous colors of blue and powder blue and just beautiful. Is there ships hiding within those clouds? I mean, if I didn't take these pictures myself, and if you couldn't see the roof on my house, you'd think, no, these aren't real. But they are. They are my actual skies in my backyard. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. And you just, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I test all things. I check it out. I make sure that when I am thinking about different things, what am I thinking about and what am I seeing around me? How can I change the what is surrounding me? And then I'll try from my heart and my mind through prayer and then meditation. I always say that prayer is talking, and it doesn't mean you have to, you can use your frequency of your voice, but it doesn't mean that, you need to be on a street corner or anything, but you can also pray, within, and meditation is listening, and that's listening to the answers that come from, God Almighty, higher self, source, that come back to you, whether it be an affirmation with it showing up in your surroundings. That's what I mean by test all things. If you're seeing lines in the sky and you sit there and you make a prayer and then you meditate and then you open your eyes and then you get the skies that I just showed you, what? I mean, yeah, it's the doubt. We have to remove the doubt within ourselves. They want to sow doubt in us so we will not know how wonderful and amazing that we truly are. We're going back into the times of knowing and being, loving and symbiotic relationship with this realm, coming out of duality, having more than two choices, getting out of yin and yang and moving into infinite possibilities and probabilities. If you're still, excuse me, wanting to experience the polar opposites, that's okay. That will still be there. It's not going to go away. There's no ending of time. How can we say there's an ending of time when you're an infinite being? You know, just like, okay, think of it this way. Um, when we talk about the volunteers, when Dolores was talking about the three waves of volunteers, there was the first wave, which would be like light workers. They had the hardest time because things were pretty bleak, and were born and raised into a paradigm of a control matrix. And then their lights begin to shine. Well, then, like, their children would be what you would call an indigo child, and the indigo children have a more keen awareness, and they're not easily hoodwinked, or they're not going to easily follow the crowd. And then you've got the rainbow children who, excuse me, I'm going to get a drink. Okay, the rainbow children who come in that are they're not corruptible, but it seems like with some of the weird anomalies, it's like they're throwing everything at at us simultaneously, every different direction. So the rainbow children won't really have the chance to do what they're here to do. But I'm really sorry to tell them it's not going to matter, because once we realize that nothing physically here can hurt us, nothing. So if they give us an injection, all we have to do is say, forget that, it's not even going to work. And then it's not going to work. It's removing doubt completely from you so you can move forward in this realm, learning, growing, and making it more beautiful, wonderful, and transparent. Having the transparency for others to be able to easily see how beautiful and wonderful they are. And I'm not talking about the outward looks. I'm talking about, not the avatar we're in. I'm talking about what's going on the inside. Once you got the inside, going, moving, and you're projecting it out and around you, the outside is automatically going to reflect that. It's not it's not a physical thing. It's an etheric thing. It's it's a divine understanding. It's it really, what kind of creator made us with so much, so much with the abilities and the gifts, and what kind of love is this? It's a love that is beyond our comprehension when we're in the thick of it, running that hamster wheel. But when you just spend a moment, even if you get a moment of that pure, unconditional love poured into you, it'll change your life. And I don't think that we could, in this avatar and in this, where we're at, I think we would explode if we got close to the creator. Definitely we are connecting back to the creator. But if we were to come close, the love is so thick, like honey, and it's just so pure, and there's nothing like it. But I wanted to stay in that moment, when I had that experience. But I understood why that I couldn't. I was paralyzed there. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to do anything else but to stay right there. And I can assure you, we've got, oh my gosh, so much to look forward to, with more of us coming along, whether we are from the Ancient of Days and a reincarnated, or a volunteer, or you know, a first incarnate waking up to who and what you are. Are you one of the Elohim, the angels, the first beings that were created? Did you come in to take on a physical form to go through this experience yourself? Do you know? I think one of the parts that, you know, coming in here is that we have to forget, you know, because if we already knew, where would the experience and the expansion come from? But enough is enough. You know, when the oppression got to be out of hand, you know, help came in. And this help doesn't mean that they are higher than or more than anybody else. This just means that they want others to know who they are. We have the say so. You know, we're going back. We're going back to the Ancient of Days before what would be called the fall, or before someone decided they wanted more than their portion allotted, and that they wanted other people to create on their behalf to make them and lift them into a high, lofty position. I'm sure that makes sense to a lot of you guys. And yes, Grace, I miss him. I really miss him. I wish, you know, I know Daryl is in a better place, you know, but my goodness, you know, he was really up and going, and yeah, then, wow. Yeah, I really miss him. Yes, it's a test of the spirits. Yes. And AI is never, ever gonna ever be able to match or even come close to the abilities that you hold within you. Just food for thought. And we can use the technology like we're using now to share, know, and grow. Just by, you know, understanding why you're attracted to certain things, like the pink quartz, which actually represents the heart chakra, which, if you noticed in that one picture that I showed, it actually had green in it. From when you went from the outside of the rock, and as you went more into the inner core, was the pink, but it had green, and it has white, it has yellow, it has designs of how the crystal grew. But crystals vibrate, they carry a frequency. Everything here carries a frequency, and you carry a frequency, and wherever you're sending your frequency, you're taking in energy. Energy comes in a neutral form, and then you put your vibration, your intention, your heart, and then send that energy out, and then it manifests. It's a beautiful understanding. It's a beautiful understanding of how amazing and wonderful that you are. It's just a matter of removing any doubt, and removing others that may be talking, that are putting a little bit of fear in, you know, maybe you stuck your toe in the water, and then you heard something that you remember you learned as a child, and you're like, I don't know, you know, and then they've instilled that doubt. So it just kind of, it tripped you up. We all fall. It's a matter of getting back up. Get back up, remove that doubt, and know who you are and how amazing you are, how amazing you were created, how amazing we are all created. I have one more clip that I want to share with you on the crystal, of some other images that, let's see, this one, yes. Let's see, oh, I want to move them up first. Hold on, just a minute. Here we go. And again, you can see the green, and then you can see that dark pink. It looks almost purplish. Then you can see how the crystal grew. This is a nighttime shot under false lighting that I took while it was sitting on my lap. That's my lap, so that gives you guys an idea of how big this crystal is. And after we broke it and gave several pieces of it away to many people, good-sized chunks of it, this thing is still huge. It's huge. It was a beautiful thing to find. Now, there's a bag. It's a gold bag. And I have not yet really had the strength or the heart to start going through her things. I am thankful that everything was moved over here in the 2 weeks prior to her passing, as she was going to get on a plane and go somewhere else. She was, caretaking for some elderly people, and so she had her stuff kind of scattered around. So she did get it boxed up and over here. It's just a matter of going through it. But right shortly after is when my husband found this. It was a really gaudy gold purse. I could never see my daughter carrying it. But when he opened up that purse, all these rocks were in there, all these beautiful crystals. And the first one that I grabbed was, of course, the one that I took to the camp trip and shared, which was the rose quartz crystal. So, and she picked them up from different places that she visited. She was just drawn to them, and she just picked them up. She collected them. So, I don't know if she knew what she was grabbing, but as she went to different mountains and different locations and different places that she visited, she just automatically picked them up. So when I get into that bag, I will share more of what we find in there. It just takes a little bit of courage and a little bit of time, to finally do finishings and donations and stuff to people who could utilize the things that she has to offer. Anyways, does anybody have any questions about what I'm talking about with the crystals, the vibration being tied back to the time of Atlantis and Lemuria, and that this is old, not new age. This is ancient wisdom that is coming back to us. It's not a new understanding. It is something that has been lost to us for a while that is coming back to all of us and helping us, to grow and create paradise. Paradise on earth for everyone, not just a certain select few, but for everyone. Because we're all equal. We all create together. So whether it's a homeless person on the street, when you look into their eyes, you see that spark. They're divine. They're absolutely divine. I actually think it's kind of cool to be living off grid, personally. But what I'm saying here is that we should never turn our nose up or down. We shouldn't kowtow down to anyone or turn our nose up at anyone, but make direct eye contact, realizing that we're all in this together and that we're equals. We're brothers and sisters. Okay, let me read a little bit from the chat. Oh yeah? Clear quartz crystals vibrate at 432 hertz. Nice. And if you remember when I had John Binney on, his music that he puts out is at 432 hertz. It's very high vibe, nice to listen to and just relax and unwind. If you've got stress, just click on his video and close your eyes, and I always feel better after listening to his music. Always, always. Dusty Blue. It's about reawakening with our DNA for the highest good. Yes, our DNA is being activated, and yeah, awaken, activate. First we awaken, and then we get activated, and then then comes the phenomena that, we're like, oh, that can never happen. When people can fly, or you know, transport themselves from one location to another. Uh, just some things that I ponder and think about. And actually, that was actually mentioned in the Bible with what was it? The eunuch that was reading the Old Testament, and he was Philip came in and baptized him, and then he got whisked away because when the man came up out of the water, he was gone, and then he was at a completely different location. So I'm not saying don't read the Bible. I'm not saying don't look at old writings and texts. I'm saying to read deeper into it, and than the surface level. Go deep. Use discernment, and rightly divide that word of truth towards what is actually going on, and what is a control paradigm to keep us to have us manifest what it is, what outcome they want, instead of an outcome that is good for everybody. Okay, Suzanne, I always felt that when we met and also come into contact with people, the loved ones in the other realm, in the heavens, also meet each other as well. That may be the reason for the 6 feet apart. Yeah, they're throwing everything at us but the kitchen sink, aren't they? Right? But the more we know, the more, we understand about frequencies, vibration, thoughts, heart, abilities, gifts, the more we are able to change it from, being fed from the outside, what we then project out, to what's going on in here, projecting out around you. Taking your sovereignty back, your freedom, your right to choose, your very God-given abilities that reside within you. And if you are around people that speak in dark sentences with condemnation or things like that, use discernment on those kind of things. If it is causing you stress or fear, maybe it's time to change that gear. Move along. Go somewhere that is going to lift you up. All of us need a good lifting up, from where we have been to where we are going. Like I said, we're going to fall. Of course. We all fall, but it's what you do after you fall. Get back up. Get back up. We can do this, guys. We can do this. We've already done it. It's just a matter of getting there. It's pretty exciting. It really is. Whether I'm here or I'm in the next realm, I am very excited about what is going on here and now. Whether I'm on the other side with Daryl and my daughter, and watching and cheering you guys on, or here working together with you. Okay, all crystals on this planet, Cardiff, yes, frequency, all with human race, and the frequency of work to give us guidance and happiness. That is correct, Peter. That is correct. Okay, guys, I don't like to keep you more than an hour. You know that. And remember, Wednesday night is the call-in show. Looks like next week sometime we're going to have Brian Stavely come on and join us and share some of his perspectives and his journeys. And, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And I wish he would say, oh, I could do it after. So always, guys, always share what you know and listen so we can grow. And remember, these beautiful crystals, they're all around us. And if you happen to pick one up, because you're vibing with it, it's calling out to you, that is awesome. I mean, what a beautiful thing to have such a high vibration working synchronistically with you to enhance what you've got going on inside to showing up all around you. Okay. I hope you guys all have yourselves a wonderful evening, and peace. I'll talk to you guys soon.